Steven. Here we have Jordan over.
Episodes 22, 23, and 24 have a special guest. My friend Jordan, or some of you may know him, J-Man11. The first episode is even named after his username. In these 3 episodes, we built an epic treehouse in the jungle together, among other things. Throughout these episodes, Jacob plays Minecraft on the Xbox with his friend Michael, and naturally with this microphone, you can hear everything going on. Not a whole lot happens in these episodes, so I'll just run through the highlights. Jordan tries to sell me dirt.
You want a piece of dirt? Huh? I'll sell you a piece of dirt. I don't need a piece of dirt. You sure you don't want a piece of dirt? This is the finest dirt. Handmade. Look at this. Look at that texture. That's not handmade.
I won't lie, he was a damn good salesman, but I just wasn't in the market. I accuse him of just digging it up from the ground, which he admits to.
You do realize is one thing that there is no such thing as handmade dirt. You just dug it up, didn't you? Yes.
And I put the caption on the screen reading, "You faker!" During a tense PvP battle with PvP disabled, I break my iron sword that had Bane of Arthropods 1 on it. Aw man. At a random point, I put a caption on screen that reads, "You are entertained, right?" Which sounds very threatening. I wonder what I was going to do to my viewers if they weren't entertained. My mom walks over and asks Jordan and I what we want for dinner. Or more accurately, my mom asks Jordan what he wants for dinner and lets me know she's already making me dinner because she knows exactly what I want. Pasta. Specifically the wheel shape. Jordan asks for a cheeseburger with fries and root beer.
Audience achievement get! No, what the people in the video are getting.
He then has to explain to me that root beer is not real beer. My mom also complains, "Why won't you eat McDonald's anymore?"
Why won't you eat McDonald's anymore? Why?
It's just
Why?
Why?
Can
you walk cinnamon
He's not there.
anymore?
Yeah, why don't you like cinnamon waffles anymore? Why?
What's wrong? Why can't he eat it?
He doesn't want to anymore. He stopped liking things, Jordan. He doesn't eat like hardly anything.
I attempt to show Jordan how to dance, but I have sticky keys on.
What I do when I want my character to dance is I keep him. Alright, I'm going down.
We both leave our computers multiple times to watch Jacob and Michael blow stuff up on their world.
Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Explode! No, wait, Jacob! And no. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. Boom! You can't put that place on TNT. Just boom! No.
For some reason, I spent a full minute typing this message and spammed it a bunch. I never explained why. Maybe it's some MK Ultra deactivation code. I only had one lead, but we brought a horse and a mule, so I just left the mule to wander. Inevitably, it wandered out of sight, and we had to go looking for it. This search was dubbed the Mule Chronicles. This also happens.
There we go. Full set armor. Take off your pants next. No! Alright. I dare you. That's gross. Alright. Bam!
It's worth noting that Jordan doesn't have the terrible stuttering I have. It speaks completely clearly, making my stuttering much more painful to sit through. It's to the point where Jordan often finishes sentences for me.
Watch this. Watch this. Oh, that'll hurt yourself.
In episode 25, Jordan takes a break and goes to play with Jacob and Michael. I work alone in the treehouse, adding a faster way down. That all gets cut out though. Just after 4 minutes, I give a sign off and end the video.
Salute again! Salute! Bye!
But not before telling Jordan, not the Jordan in the video, but Jordan watching the video in the future, that when he logged off, he was riding my mule. Because of this, the mule disappeared with him, and now I don't have a mule anymore. Something to take note of is that episode 25 ended a streak of 99's Minecraft Let's Play uploads on my channel. The last 7 uploads in a row were the 99's Minecraft Let's Play, and it was the only consistent thing on the channel at the time. However, we don't see episode 26 for another 9 uploads. Around this time, I was starting other series on my channel, like Man vs. Minecraft, Snapshot Overviews, Steven in Minecraft, and Web Check. None of these series really got that far, but the channel was beginning to diversify as I had new ideas. When these ideas didn't pan out, I would always return to the 99's Minecraft Let's Play, making it sort of the bedrock of the channel.
I wanted to ask you, which coherent would suit with the next suit of a period of time?
The suit of the period of time was a set of leather armor I would put in item frames every, well, period of time. You see, even then, I knew if I said suit of the week or suit of the month, I would forget to update it when the next week or month came around. Saying period of time let me decide at random when I wanted to change it. I would show you a clip from the series itself of the suit, but I never actually showed the audience. So here it is on the backup. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the suit in it. In the video, I asked the audience what color the suit should be for this period of time. It ends in less than 2 minutes. Naturally, a single period of time ended up being so long that I completely forgot about it. Strangely though, Jordan did not forget about it, and several months after this video came out, asked me what the next suit of the period of time was going to be. It took me super long to figure out what the hell he was even talking about.
Guys, Jacob here. What are we gonna do today? Well, let's think. I know. Let's build something pretty terrific.
This is another one of Jacob's episodes. For some reason, it's the most viewed video in the entire series if you exclude first video bad audio. He starts by determining he will build something pretty terrific. But before he can make any progress, he gets sidetracked by the zombie he killed, which dropped its armor.
Oh my god! He dropped a chest plate. He dropped chest plate.
He then gets back on track, beginning to work on a super scary ghost. While building the ghost, he talks about how he believes our friend Marcus is really lucky for having orange as his favorite color, because orange is the color of Halloween. But then, disaster strikes. That was a long fall. For some reason, shortly after, I slow down a random part of the video as if he's gonna fall again, but caption it, "Oh, he doesn't fall again, no." This is a bizarre editing choice. Don't worry, he does fall, no.
Kung Fu gingerbread! Yeah, Kung Fu gingerbread. Kung Fu gingerbread, ow!
Alright, I need to make a confession. When writing the script, I still spelled Kung Fu as one word, just like in the video here. Some things never change. Approaching the halfway mark, we hear celebrations in the background as the Red Sox apparently win.
Yeah! Oh. Yes! Yes, the Red Sox! Oh, I'm sorry. That was just the Red Sox. That was it. Oh, yeah.
I think it might have been the World Series, but I haven't confirmed that. My dad sings, "You can kiss my bum because the Red Sox won," although I wrote his butt for some reason in the caption. I guess I replied with okay, because that's also in the caption and the title. While celebrations continue in the background, Jacob doesn't seem to care much, making his own little tune instead. harvest wheat for a bit while celebrations turn into Marcus and I wrestling and general chaos, all of which the mic picks up. Also, that caption from before is still there. Oh, it's not going away. It's there for the whole episode. Jacob then says he'll finish the ghost later and ends the episode. He never came through on his promise. In fact, he never touched it ever again. But at the very end of the video, we're greeted with a little Steven cameo.
You can kiss my butt 'cause the Red Sox won. Okay.
I cannot explain to you why I locked onto this bit so much, but clearly there was something that made me fixate on it. I don't even remember thinking it was that funny. I'm not sure why I focused on it so much. Episode 27 is lost to time, as I deleted it a few weeks after uploading it. However, I remember what it's called and what it's about, so I'll quickly summarize it. The 99's Minecraft Let's Play. Episode 27 was called Puberty. Yes, there was once an episode on my channel called Puberty. What I believe happened is I got out of the shower one day and realized I had hair growing in someplace new, probably armpit hair, and I asked my parents why. That's when they told me I was starting puberty. Naturally, I decided I needed to make a YouTube video about this, announcing to the whole world that I was starting puberty. I don't remember much else about the episode, but I do remember saying that I was putting on deodorant now, even though I didn't need to yet. I was just getting ahead of the curve. I wish this episode still existed. It certainly would have been an absolute gem, but unfortunately, it's gone forever. And all we have is the memory.
Look at this fish stocks. Delicious fish. Oh, what's this?
This isn't technically an episode of the 99's Minecraft Let's Play, but it takes place in the main world and is a classic, so we have to watch it. For context, 1.7 was around the corner, which was going to add new fish and fishing mechanics to the game. I was so excited, I built a shop in anticipation called Fish Stocks. The video starts with me showing some advertisements for fish stocks, such as this billboard. Let's read this together. Going fishing in 1.7? It's 1.7 when Fish Stocks opens. Buy supplies! Fish Stocks. Delicious fish. I go over to Fish Stocks and show what's for sale. We got fish, cooked salmon, cowfish, puffer fish, fishing rod enchantment, ink sacs, water breathing potion, aqua helmet, respiration helmet, boats for rent, but oats for sale, furnaces, fishing snacks, leftovers, and clay balls. Also, we have to acknowledge that renting a boat for 15 minutes costs the same amount as just buying it outright. Why would you ever rent a boat? Not to mention that you got to pay iron for it. Like, it's 5 oak planks for crying out loud. Other signs include authorized personnel only and money. Something worth noting is that in the video I say that Marcus helped me build Fish Stocks, which is a detail I actually forgot about. I actually don't have a memory of actually building Fish Stocks. I just remember the building itself as existing. I don't actually have any memory of putting the blocks into place. Fish Stocks is a famous part of my old videos, because I rebuilt it in my future Minecraft worlds. Each time I would make it better and better while keeping the old signs and spelling. It culminated in what I believe is the 5th rendition of Fish Stocks, which is a build I'm actually really proud of.
Hello everyone, Steven here. Now, I need some help. Something's different around here and I can't figure out...
Episode 28 starts with me showing off my brand new Minecon cape. Yes, I went to Minecon 2013 in Orlando, Florida, and I had the time of my goddamn life. I still have the cape, and I still get occasionally asked if I want to sell my cape by scam emails. It is still one of my most prized possessions, despite being entirely virtual. I also eagerly announced that we've updated to Minecraft 1.7! 1.7 added tons of new biomes, so I set out to find some. Jacob sets off to catch some new fish, but I tell him that he would have to give the fish to Fish Docks, because Fish Docks owns the entire river. Jacob justifiably responds with,
"Doesn't matter, Steven! It's just a game!"
On my adventures, I find a birch forest and a new flower.
It's a birch forest! Ah, it's a birch forest!
Unfortunately, I quickly get lost, declaring, I am losed. Out here, I place a sign that reads, Welcome to Yallen. Yallen standing for, You are lost in Newfoundland. I think I meant Newfoundland in terms of literally newfound land, because we had just learned about the Vikings finding Newfoundland in school. I did not mean the Canadian province, despite pronouncing it like the Canadian province. The episode ends on a cliffhanger, with a caption that reads, Will I ever find my way out of Yallen? Will I ever make money from fish stocks? Find out on the next episode, to be continued next week. This episode starts with a 50-second recap in this vintage filter. Oddly enough, the transition from the recap to the new footage is actually pretty clean. I'm really surprised it pulled it off so well after spelling conclusion like this. The conclusion isn't very interesting, as it cuts to where I find where I am again. Jacob then gets upset when we're told we're going to bed soon.
No, we're not going to bed at all!
I then announce that this is the beginning of the 1.7 Craftmark Age of the Great Explorers. I explain that Craftmark is my made-up name for the world. The video ends after just 3 minutes. I should probably mention that this village here is called Bikini Bottom, after the town in SpongeBob, which is weird, because I never watched SpongeBob. I was never allowed to. Also, I definitely did not know what a bikini was. Oh, sorry, it's not actually called Bikini Bottom, it's Betrayedy Bottom. My bad. This episode, I start using a resource pack called Sortex Fanver. This pack still exists and seems to still be popular, although it peaked around the time I was using it. Between this episode and the last one, I had done a resource pack review for it, and clearly liked it enough to use it for the next 2 months. The video starts with me apologizing for Jacob playing Halo in the background, but then 10 seconds later it cuts to the next day, so I don't know why I included that part. I then explain that when building this floating island base, I fell in a hole and died. Remember, this is technically hardcore mode, so I had to wait for Dad to unban me. That explains why 10 seconds in the video, it's the next day. I then leave a sign on the tree that I died to mark my 10th death on November 14th, 2013. I finished the floor of this room and put the remaining cobblestone away. While I'm there, Jacob recommends putting feather falling on my boots so I don't die again. Thanks, Jacob. I go to sleep and wait for Jacob to sleep, but it takes him a while and he insists that I don't look at his screen. Instead of sleeping, Jacob just does /timeset0 and I call him a cheater. Or, I'm sorry, a seeder. You mean cheater. Thanks, Dad. I insist, though, Jacob used the following command. Timeset0, and it wasn't an emergence. But Dad just tells me to let it go. I then found out why Jacob was too busy to sleep. He was typing, Stephen is a maniac. I then type a retaliatory message, but of course, it's gonna take me a while to do so. Jacob can't allow this, and takes the opportunity to physically prevent me.
I know what you're doing. What a...
I am only able to type Jacob ends 0. However, I don't give up. And so, war breaks out.
No. No! Guys! Do whatever you can! Oh wait, you can't do anything. You just enjoy it. Try it up anyway! This is Jacob being a maniac!
After a long battle, Jacob proposes a ceasefire.
If you stop typing that maniac message to me, he will be mean to you.
Negotiations go nowhere, and I make substantial progress on the message. I even start sending messages on Jacob's computer.
Yeah, now you're the one being I know. Yes, maniac.
Jacob manages to minimize the window though, causing a brief resolution change.
Get out! You minimized the screen! God, I think that's such a word.
Ah yes, Wesd. I use that word all the time. Eventually, I lure Jake into a false sense of security and very quietly type the last part of the message. Victory! Jacob does not take kindly to this defeat.
Okay, I believe that's it. I wanted to do something, but I think that was fun. Like is always appreciated. Please subscribe and favorite this video. Salute! Bye-bye.
Shortly after making this video, I did a short commentary over it called The 99's Minecraft Let's Play, Episode 30 Lookover. Unfortunately, the video plays at the same volume as the commentary, and the original video is, not quiet. It's extremely difficult to hear what I have to add. From what I could make out though, it's not terribly interesting, but I just had to mention the existence of this video. Ding 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 ding! Back-to-back classics alert! Although, really only cause of the title. Okay, listen. We have to address this unfortunate title. The episode is supposed to be called A Ninja Creeper Attacks the Sky Base! But we all know my track record for spelling. I'll give you 5 seconds to guess how I spelt ninja. Yeah. Okay, listen. I know it looks bad, but I promise it's supposed to be ninja. Moving on, I start the episode with the unfortunate news that I had died once again. Maybe Jacob was right about the feather falling idea. I very slowly sort my inventory before the first time-lapse of the series occurs. If you want to call it a time-lapse. I just sped up the footage instead of cutting it, and put this weird rainbow effect on it. I told you the rainbow effect would return. And then work on the sky base for a while. Look, it's the rainbow effect again. I guess this would be more of a time-lapse than the other thing. Okay, if this episode is going to be named after the Ninja Creeper attack, it better be something special. Let's see.
Oh, I'm okay. Oh, he freaked me out.
I couldn't have asked for anything better. I apparently broke my diamond pick afterwards, so I asked my dad, my non-enchanted demand pick has finally broke. May I make A, Another. Another? Steven, define another? I make my dad a diamond pick too, and bring it to him in the new underground farm he's building. I end the episode by cryptically saying, I'll see you in the roofed forest.
I'll see you in the roofed forest.
I made a 30-second intro for the series, but never actually used it. It's an assortment of clips of me doing things. At the end, I accidentally shoot an arrow into a glass pane and try to pretend it was intentional. You know what? I should have used it. You know what? I should have used it on this video, to be honest. You know what? Maybe I will. Episode 32 is puzzling to me for a few reasons. Firstly, the audio in the first minute and a half is in slow motion. But according to this caption, it's the microphone doing that? What? However, since only the audio was in slow motion, it's egregiously out of sync for the whole video. For example, when my axe breaks, by the time the sound of it breaking actually plays, I'm already crafting a new one.
Oh, there goes my axe.
What stands out to me more though is this other voice in the video. I couldn't figure out who it was at first, but then I realized she had a New Zealand accent. This can only mean one thing. It's my friend Fiona, the girl I tried to marry in 2nd grade. This confused me, because I thought that she had moved away by this point in time, but I guess my timeline of that is wrong. Also, she's just watching me play the game instead of playing with me. I guess she didn't want to play because I imagine we would have worked something out so she could play. Nothing interesting actually happens in the video. I just cut down some trees in the newly added roofed forest.
Hello everyone, Steven here, welcome back. And I finished the sky base. I actually now call it the Sky Fortress.
This episode starts with a tour of the now completed Sky Fortress. Yeah, I renamed it to Sky Fortress because it's cooler. I decided to make it the new world spawn, giving us a sort of spawn hub. I then head to the old base to grab from my secret stash of cobblestone, which is surrounded by stone. I have no idea why I needed a secret stash of the most common material in the game, but okay. After moving the cobblestone stash back to the main storage, I turn on the mob farm Dad made to get some mob drops. I go AFK, and when I return, the background noise has gone through the roof because Jacob is a friend over. I get real close to the mic and let the audience in on a little secret.
Don't tell anyone. I don't really get why he is so close friends with Jacobs.
I don't really explain why, just that they're playing a game that I don't understand. I eventually explain that I'm setting up a business that I'm gonna run with Dad, which I think is gonna be a mining business based out of the old base. I add some chests for storage and rails to the mine, as well as a staircase. I then AFK outside, when a caption reminds us, never AFK outdoors. I get attacked by a zombie and disconnected from the server with 3 hearts remaining. With this, the episode ends.
Okay, now it's Halo 2. So I have to play all the Halos. so they can understand the story. Oh, you guys are here.
I start this episode by explaining that Jacob and his friend are now playing through all the Halo games, so there's going to be lots of Halo sounds in the background. The good news is that I expanded the rail system throughout the entire mine. The bad news is the minecart is very, very loud. On the way back up, I explained that you need a sprint in the minecart to make it all the way up. While holding W will push the minecart slightly, I'm pretty sure sprinting only changes your FOV, thus creating an illusion you're going faster. I also say my sprint key is bound to R, so running requires me to hold W and R at the same time. I thought this made sense at the time because R for run, of course. But I'm glad I use shift to run instead nowadays. The video cuts to me in the castle with lots of emeralds in my inventory. Then this happens.
It looks like I just robbed chest of emeralds, guys. I don't know where that came from.
The video plays normally until...
You know what? I should have done... Dun dun dun! Wait, no, I should have done... Dun dun dun!
After this caption outs me for not liking soup...
Eat your soup! Eat your soup! Okay, that came out of nowhere.
I go to the bank and put 18 emeralds into Steven's account. The video then cuts to me pretending to watch things on my massive TV. Apparently, according to this caption, I'm watching Danger 101, Man vs. Minecraft, and X, which I think is meant to be etc., all at once. I have no idea what Danger 101 is meant to be. I did some Googling and nothing really came up. Man vs. Minecraft is a series on YouTube by my favorite YouTuber at the time, Paul Source Jr. I loved it so much I made my own ripoff of it. I then decided to share my riches with Marcus, depositing half into his bank account. Oh, and this back part is authorized personal only. And this is the Brooklyn Bank, which, by the way, is the first bank. Yep, this is the first one, guys. I also make it clear that it's also known as the only one. What should I do with this glass?
Turn them into glass ponds. That's right, people. Glass ponds.
I then enchant a fishing rod and combine it with a pre-existing fishing rod. Oh, whoops. I go to the zombie farm for some XP and then combine the fishing rods. And...
my super fishing rod is made!
It only has lure 1 and unbreaking 1, so I'm not sure if that qualifies as super, but whatever. I mentioned I have a field trip tomorrow that I'm excited for. Walk back to the house and end the episode.
Dorky, are you over here? Dorky! Ow! Lag.
Episode 35 starts with me in the middle of constructing a new temple beneath, what?
Mount Kavora.
Mount Kavora. The name comes from a TV series I was watching at the time called Lego Legends of Chima. When all of you guys were watching Lego Ninjago, I was watching this. I remember absolutely nothing about it, but the reviews on Google are pretty good, and the summary on Google sounds pretty good. I explain my plans to go further than the temple, as I want to add waterfalls from the floating island like in Legends of Chima. I also say that in the most recent episode, the waterfalls had stopped, and I go a bit into what's currently going on in the show. I don't remember anything about this show, so I'm surprised that in this video I know so much about it, even the episode number. I ran out of cobblestone, so I went back to the castle for more. I had lots of waterfalls, and forgot to put Dorky on a lead, so he goes missing again. It takes me a solid 5 minutes to find him, even though he wasn't actually far. I go back to adding waterfalls and build a roof.
I can check up a present in mine for Christmas. Now I know to try to find him, of course. Die! Please don't die. Ah, not my inventory. Oh, God. Okay. Tree. It's here.